What's up, tribe? Welcome to Pages of Ascension, or welcome back if you've been kicking it with me for a minute now. This is going to be another edition of Roll the Dice. So what that means is I don't know who this reading is for or what it's about. I'm just going to pull some cards and say what I see on the table. And then about halfway through the reading, which usually ends up being about 5 minutes, I will pull a tarot dice so we can get more information about who this reading is for. Okay, so that said, this reading may or may not resonate with you. If it does, that's freaking rad. Let me know down below. As well as if you are curious about the timing as far as when I actually completed this reading. All that information is in the description box. I will call out zodiac signs as I see them and timing as well. And as per usual on every video on the Pages of Ascension channel, I will continue to watch my language to make sure that this video is inclusive for any who may cross it. So, that said, cards are super talkative today. We've got the Emperor, Knight of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. Yes, I even said it as the name of the show. Page of Swords, and then the Six of Cups. So, I'm gonna look at the bottom of the deck here. Okay, so this has to do with a place that is near water. Like a house that is near water, sits on the water. I was thinking there might be more information there. So immediately what I'm seeing is the wheel is turning. Okay, so I think as a collective, for those who end up resonating with this particular reading, the wheel is turning, but for some of you, it's turning forward. For some of you, it's turning backwards, if that makes sense. Everybody's not going in the same direction. Okay, for those of you that it's moving forward, there is an emotional offer coming in. It could be from an emperor character. So this is someone who they are potentially self-employed, entrepreneur. They carry a very stoic energy around them. Okay, even to some extent a little stuck in the mud. This is someone who commands presence. Okay, and they're coming in with an offer. Now, it might not come off the most mature, which is why this particular pairing is so ironic, because of who the Emperor represents energetically. Okay, and then who the Knight represents energetically. So they may come off as a little emotionally immature, but this person is an emperor. Okay, this is they run their crap. Okay, they handle their business and all that jazz. Okay, for the second group here, where the wheel is turning the other way, you are either okay. So a couple scenarios. This could have to do with a child specifically, because we've got the Page of Swords here. This could have to do with someone from your past that you've known since childhood. Okay, that's another scenario. And then the third scenario, this could have to do with someone from your past stalking you, because the Page of Swords is a bit, kind of my stalker card. So let's go ahead and pull a dice and see who else this may resonate with. But before I finish pulling that out, I've got Aries on the table, water signs. That's Pisces, Leo. Okay, so maybe you're dealing with a Leo. I don't know why that came out. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We've got Jupiter again as a prominent planet placement. So something is going on with this transit of Jupiter with people. I'm not an astrologer, just saying what I see, okay? I've also got people in the air tribe, so that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then we've got the sun in Scorpio, okay? So We've got swords, so that's going to be our air tribe. That's a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius that this reading may resonate with. So that said, because of the way this reading kind of came out, I'll be clarifying this group and this group because there's a very distinct parting of energy here, and it's all based on this wheel. And what I actually feel like in this situation is that the direction that this wheel turns is based on a decision that you must make. Okay, you the viewer, as to keep it simple. Okay, so look, excuse me, go ahead and clarify the Emperor and the Knight of Cups. We've got the High Priestess. And the Two of Swords. So indecision. I'm going to go bottom of the deck too. And King of Wands. So additionally, we have moon energy on the board. So we're looking at Libra as a sign, or possibly a moon in the element of fire. So it's kind of doubling down on this fire water energy, if you will. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, because with the moon, it's very, very watery, very emotional. Um, but yet, and still with the swords, we're very cerebral. And of course, with fire, we're very active. So, Sagittarius, most prominently. Yeah, there's indecision about whether or not to move forward and make this offer. But here's the thing, because the priestess is covering the emperor, like it's clarifying the emperor, this is a choice that you are feeling like you need to make, but realistically, you have already made it, if that makes sense. Like you're going back and forth on it, but in your soul, you've already come to the decision and knowing of what you need to do and what direction you need to move, what decision that you need to make, okay? This is why the King of Wands comes up. The King of Wands says, take action, okay? Get out of this indecision and take action, moving towards this Emperor character. So let's look over here at the Page of Swords and Six of Cups combo. Again, there's that indecision energy. So we've got Two of Coins popping up. Okay, and then cards being thrown everywhere. And the Moon. Okay, bottom of the deck. We've got the Palace of Swords. So we already knew that this is talking about a location that's, or I should say, a building or house with the location close to water is going to have something to do with this. And even in this scenario with the Page of Swords and the Six of Cups, if this is someone from your past, there was a lot of duality within that relationship of you two, okay? And it's not that you necessarily weren't compatible. It's just that you, neither one of you were working out of the correct vibration when you were together. It's like one person would be on a high vibration one day, the other person would just be on some bullshit the next day. And y'all kept flip flopping, okay? But I see a lot of duality within this section of this reading. So if this is a person from your past, my suggestion to you would be to tread lightly on this because of the fact that there's so much duality presented in just this section. There is a reason that, let me put it this way, X's are X's for a reason. That is something I swear by. Okay. In any case, yeah, be careful with this person to make sure that they're on the up and up. This is someone who very well could be keeping an eye on you for whatever reason. You possibly might have children together as well. Okay, we're going to leave that up because that popped up. But I'm also getting Pisces, and there we go with Jupiter again, Jupiter in Capricorn, which I think the transit is Jupiter in Capricorn, either going to or coming out of. Again, not an astrologer, okay? Somebody, if you're watching this and that's kind of, comment down below. Feel free to correct me on that. Like I said, I am not an astrologer. So, what your activation is in the situation is change. So it says the frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of a new. So again, it's them going towards this emperor energy or looking back towards the past with this very duality stricken energy. Okay, ultimately the reason I feel like this popped out is because you want to be happy, and you're trying to decide which situation or which pathway is going to make you happy. Because even though you're with this person and there was a great deal of duality in this situation, they still did make you happy. It wasn't bad the entire time. But at the same literally in the same sentence, when you're looking over at this emperor energy, you know that this person, or I should say, it appears that this person is much more suited to you and who you are. Okay, I mean, emperors and kings can get along, but emperors and pages, the page works for the emperor. Okay, so where you're at in your journey on this is success. So it says, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So again, this is something that you need to follow your heart on to figure out where the best pathway is for you. All right. So if this reading resonated for you, you can definitely contact me for a personal reading. All that information is down below in the description box. I'm also taking questions on Instant Go, and I'm also on Patreon. So there is all that spiel. That is all I've got for you for this edition of Roll the Dice. Thanks for kicking it with me, and I will see you next time.